name is Adrian. I'm the operations manager of Avenocam, and this is the team over here, part of our team. He is Andrew, the technical lead.
Yeah, I'm Andrew. Thanks for joining, and yeah, we hope that we provide valuable information today.
And Stephanie, the client success manager.
Hi.
Hello, Stephanie. Okay, today's schedule is a little bit of intro about live streaming and about Avenocam, live streaming technology, and Andrew will explain a little bit about the past, the present, and the future. And after that, we're going to talk about how to make money with this live stream, because for sure it's in everybody's heads how to monetize your content. It doesn't matter which kind of content. And then transmitting trust to your users. And of course, we're going to have a Q&A at the end and a live demo. So you can see how our product works for the live demo. Okay, a little bit about us. We are in the live stream industry beginning with 2005, and we operated ModenaCam. I don't know if some of you are from a ModenaCam platform and were our customers in the past. Anyway, we did this for almost 12 years, and ModenaCam was open source Flash based. At the point that we understood that Flash doesn't have a great future, because like in 2020, this year, at the middle of the year, I guess Flash will be absolutely dead.
Yeah, so a bit here, they announced that Flash is going to end support in 2020, and actually they announced a couple of times more that they're gonna have the support and everything. But this time actually is they're killing Flash for good. So there are not going to be any more security updates and enhancements and so on. So 2020 is the year that Flash is on the die.
Okay. So beginning with 2016, we started another project that's WebRTC based. And for almost 2 years, it was in the development stage. And last year, we had a version 1.0 released, and we did a lot of work on that in 2019. Okay, so this is about how we started in the live stream, and we are still doing this business. I'm curious about you guys. Have you already some experience with the live stream industry, or you are new in this field? We will send a poll. Maybe you can answer so we can have a feedback from you. And sorry?
Yeah.
Just wanted to say on the course of the webinar, whenever you have a question on the subject that we are discussing, please write down the question, and at the Q&A section, we will for sure answer it.
All right, so yeah, it seems that there's persons with live streaming experience. And, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So as far as we all know, now on the internet, the video content is very important. Actually, in 2021, Cisco predicts that 82% of all internet traffic is going to be video. Partly is going to be live. We don't have the data, the estimated live section of the video, but for sure it's getting higher and higher, and it's going to have a big part in the video content. That's why I will leave Andrew to talk a little bit about the protocols and the protocols that we think is the best one.
Yeah. So for us, it's the main backbone of the whole application. So it was important for us since the beginning to choose the proper protocol and technology to make live streaming available. So we did some analysis, but first I'm gonna talk a bit about some key points. What are protocols themselves? So protocols are a set of rules that all browsers should obey. Basically, it's a standardized method for delivering multimedia. There are different technologies that that are being created by companies or being created open source, and what enables streaming to work across multiple devices and browsers is the fact that everyone obeys the initial rules and implements their own version of the implementation, so to say. It's important for technology unity because everyone needs to respect the same rules in order for it to work. And yeah, it actually defines the quality of the outcome. So if you have a good set of initial rules you put in place, and you really focus on to quality or to low latency or other important metrics, it's going to influence a lot the outcome. For us, it was the backbone of live streaming, and yeah, I wanted to clarify a couple of keywords here in order to make everything easier to grasp. What is streaming protocol versus a codec? So the streaming protocol, as I said, it's a set of rules that everyone should obey in order for everyone to be able to receive and send media, right? And actually, a codec is short for compressor decompressor. And to put it into perspective, let's take, for example, a video that usually has like 30 frames per second. And if we do the math with, for example, lossless JPEG, which for one image takes around 3 megabytes, this would be like 1 frame. You will get, like, for 1 second of video, 180 megabytes of storage. So imagine that for 1 minute of video, you're gonna need like 10 gigabytes of storage just to be able to store it. So a codec is actually a mathematical function that intelligently discards the data that's not really important. So if you're looking at the stream, for example, right now, just to show you a bit here, for example, this is the part that it's moving, and this is like important data to be sent over. But for example, here, where most of the pixels are wide, this is not really important to be sent with each frame. So a codec, what it does, it predicts what are the pixels that need to be sent and what are the pixels that you don't need to send in order to have the full image. So this is the difference between a streaming protocol and the codec. There are also another keyword or phrase here, which is transport format. And this is actually the container that encapsulates the needed video. So besides the video, the audio, it also contains subtitles and other stuff. Okay, this was a bit of an intro about the protocols. I'm just gonna move really quick between the past ones, the current ones, and the ones that we think are gonna build the future. So for the past protocols, we have here RTMP and RTSP. So real-time messaging protocol and real-time streaming protocol. Real-time messaging protocol, it's developed by it was actually initially developed by Micromedia, which was later bought by Adobe. And yeah, you know that it's powered by Adobe because it's basically working only with Flash. So RTMP was the protocol that allowed Flash players to efficiently send and receive video streaming through a Flash media server. So it was a Flash media server that provided the transcoding functionalities. Okay, so it unfortunately for it required Flash, and there were a couple of reasons why this wasn't successful for the long run. But due to the fact that it was released in 2002 and it was TCP based, it had a lot of time to grow mature, and it has really low latency and some quite good codecs on video and audio codecs that were supported at the time. Related to RTSP, this was more thought to be like a completing protocol for others, because this was mainly staged to be sending messages like, okay, we need to stop the video here, or we need to rewind, or you want to skip this track, and all sorts of additional functionalities there. The biggest drawbacks that I mentioned with RTMP is that it actually does not support iDevices. So it's not supported natively onto MacBooks and iPhones and the other iDevices so provided by Apple. I'm not going to jump into the reasons why and the company feuds between Adobe and Apple and why this happened. We just need to take it as it is, and iDevices are not supported, although in 2020 this is like a really big share of the market, and there's absolutely no way you can in 2020 provide RTMP streaming and be fully compatible with that. Another one to mention here is Microsoft SmoothString. This is mainly used for Microsoft related devices such as Xbox and Windows phones and stuff like that. So again, it's something that was not really intended to work with the use case for what we're presenting today. Okay, these were the past protocols, and I think we can jump into the protocols that are more relatable to 2020. And here we have like Apple HTTP live streaming. So this is HLS. This is the most widely used protocol in today's days. It's actually a really good one because it has adaptive bitrate, which was missing in RTMP. It has, again, some good video codecs and audio codecs, such as H.264 and H.265, and also for audio it has AAC and MP3. But the biggest drawback with it is that it inherently has a lot of latency built in it. So in order to have adaptive bitrate and in order to stream as good as it can, latency might be in some cases really hard to keep under control. So we're seeing HLS streams with 10 or maybe even 20, 30 seconds of latency, which in today's days is not really adaptable in sort of the environments the users are expecting to. There's another one called HTTP Dynamic Flash Streaming. This was actually the response from Adobe with non-adaptive bitrate RTMP for short. But again, this is not really compatible in today's market as it requires Flash. So these are like the two protocols we have right now with the different companies. There's another one also, MPG-Dash. It has a lot of potential. It has a lot of cool stuff like adaptive bitrate and all sorts of codecs. It was actually, I think, the first one to be open sourced. So this is really important. This was really important for us, but unfortunately is not natively supported in HTML5. So you need different kind of maybe add-ons, maybe different implementations of the players and all sorts of other stuff. And arriving to what we think is going to be the future, we have like the winner here, WebRTC, which has, of course, it supports adaptive bitrate. It's the one that is being supported by all browsers, so it's an international standard. And also other platforms, like it works with voice over IP, and it removes need for soft phones. It really simplified a lot the standard way to communicate between different devices, different operating systems, and so on. In terms of video codecs, it supports all the latest ones, including VP9 and VP10. Most of the browsers have it implemented. So yeah, it's really open to the future. As an audio codec, I think it's the first one to support Opus, which is a really good one with excellent noise cancellation and other cool stuff. Another big plus for WebRTC is that it was bought by Google and open sourced. So this means it's not controlled by any big company, and you cannot expect stuff like the feud between Apple and Adobe happening again. So this was really important for us to make sure that we don't choose a side and we go with the best one for everyone. It's HTML5 supported, and most of the browsers already have implemented for 2.5 years. The APIs needed to play back WebRTC streams, so everyone is compatible with it now. Although there were a couple of half-baked versions, and Safari didn't support all video codecs from the beginning, even though it agreed with the consortium that it would. We're getting to a point that everything is stable, everyone is supporting everything, and we can move forward with better and better stuff. So besides the WebRTC, there's also a different way that protocols are being used into 2020. This is with end-user transcoding, but here I'm referring more to companies like the ones that do peer-to-peer connections. So actually what this means is that you implement the codec directly onto the front-end application, and you don't do any transcoding in between, or you don't do any APIs that you need implemented by browsers or anything else. Actually, it's just media over WebSockets, right? But this is excellent for peer-to-peer connections, as it removes the cost and you don't need media servers between and other stuff. But unfortunately, it's a bit hard to be used into one-to-many cases. So if you have one broadcaster and 1,000 users, you cannot really do end-user transcoding efficiently from one broadcaster. So you still need some other components in between. Okay, so.
And I guess on this example for end-user transcoding is Zoom. We actually use Zoom right now to do this webinar. And for WebRTC, we chose this way, and we are not the only ones. Like Facebook Live and Skype also rely on WebRTC, and it's the present and the future for them also.
Yeah. So actually, these were the important reasons why we chose WebRTC to be the backbone of our live streaming platform. It's independent. It's agreed upon with the consortium. It's open source, so you can be sure that no one is messing with it or other stuff. It has perspective, so it was built from the beginning to support like futuristic stuff, like integrating an AI into it, or facial recognition, and all sorts of new things that are going to be more and more important into the future. And it was again important for us to have adoption. So because Skype uses it and Facebook Live uses it, it really gave us the confidence to say, yeah, this is the right one, and we can move forward.
Okay, I guess the next chapter is about monetizing the content that you're putting out there. Some people just do it for fun or from passion, but if we are here, we want to talk business also. So we're gonna talk about the room types, because room types is the virtual space where each broadcaster sends the content that he's creating. It doesn't matter if it's adult or non-adult. I know some of us are used with adult, but there are a lot of application in non-adult part. So this is the room. And we have two main big business models. One is freemium and one is premium. They both have their advantages and disadvantages. Most of the platforms, as far as I know, use the freemium model, where it's free streams. You don't need an account, and relies on heavy traffic. Monetization is done via tips, gallery, and invitations. It's about how you interact with everybody that's looking at you. Tens of clients at once, and income is earned by convincing the clients to, I don't know, maybe tip or maybe contribute. I'm not going to discuss about how you explain it or what the word about getting money. And the premium, it does not rely on heavy traffic, actually. It relies on higher profit margins and lower traffic volume. And you have as a broadcaster more control. So it's paid stream. Everybody that's looking at the stream is paying. That means that they want to interact with you in a way or another. And in the same time, at least for our platform, we integrated both. So if you want to start with the premium part or with the premium, it's your choice, it's your business decision, but this is, both of them are possible. And from the room types, because this in the space, in the room, this is how you get your money. There are certain kinds of rooms. So there are free rooms where there are tips and countdown goals and description section. There are premium where everything is paid by minute. Private with spy, pay per minute, and spy that do not have access to the chat. True private, that's one client to broadcaster, one broadcaster, where everything gets very personal and only both of the people can interact. And you have group where you have 3 clients and 1 broadcaster. This is all of these rooms are already integrated into Venocam. Other platforms have some of them, or as far as I know, 2 or 3 already integrated. So I will let Stephanie speak a little bit about the features that really bring money in the broadcaster's account. And Stephanie, you can start talking about that.
Thank you. So what I want to discuss are some quick features, starting with the social ones. Now, considering that we're in 2020, we know very well that the social features are the ones that bring people together. And this is how you can actually monetize friendship, love, attention, and everything else. Let's start with the classic friend request. You know by now that every big business has a friend request. That means that both clients and broadcasters can become friends or even lovers. Broadcasters, in order to make more money, should be able to send friend requests to anyone. So it's not just the client that can send those requests. But in this case, only clients that are marked as premium clients, so meaning that they have purchased tokens at least once on the platform, they have the option to send a friend request or accept a friend request from a broadcaster. This type of relationship will actually help the business itself by converting leads into faithful clients. So you may have a lot of traffic on the platform, but maybe your conversion is very low. Here, the broadcasters can actually have a little bit of contribution and convert those maybe thousands of leads into hundreds of clients instead of tens of clients. We can move forward now. Now, the private messages, this feature is a premium one. This means that it's only available for friends. So first of all, that client needs to purchase some tokens, become friends with someone, and start the private messages. This means that a separate pop-up box will appear, and those messages are completely private. So it's between the broadcaster and the client. So practically, in order to monetize more on the platform, because it's a business, broadcasters should be able to privately send messages to the client and vice versa, because this is how you actually create a relationship. And maintaining that specific relationship, it's actually the key to having a steady business in the live streaming industry. Next one. So now I'm going to discuss a little bit about the media feature. Yes, indeed. Live streaming itself is increasing in everything from webinars to adult, non-adult, e-learning, everything. But you actually, in order to increase your income, you actually need a media feature, because this will help you monetize offline. This means that your platform will make money, will gonna generate income when your broadcasters are offline. So what does this mean? So for instance, let's take it, I'm a broadcaster and I see, I don't know, a cute puppy or something, and I'm gonna take a selfie with the puppy. I'm on my phone. I need to be able to upload that picture now on the platform. I can make it free, or I can set it into, I don't know, 10 tokens with me and that sweet puppy. But I should be able to upload it from any device I have on hand, not only my desktop. Also, in order to increase income on the platform, clients should have this media feature readily available. They don't need to search for it, because then you're gonna lose them. What we've done in this matter is actually under the streaming box, we've made the profile of the broadcaster and the media section followed by calendar and others. So this means that, for instance, while you're streaming with me, you can actually check my media and purchase stuff. Okay, now let's check some marketing tools. Now, when you're having an online business, when we're talking about live streaming, you don't just create a business for your hometown or for your country. You're creating a global business. So you're actually entering in a very, very big market. This means that you have to somehow attract clients from everywhere around the world. What we've integrated inside the platform, so to help you with this, is a dynamic notification system and the broadcaster affiliate system. I'm going to discuss a little bit about the dynamic notification system. What is it? It's actually a notification system that can be used or is used by the broadcasters themselves. So, for instance, again, I'm the broadcaster. If I am live now online with you guys or with others, I should be able to notify everyone that marked me as a favorite, so they prefer to discuss with me. I should be able to notify them that, hey guys, I am live now. Maybe I'm gonna be live for 2 hours, 3 hours, 15 minutes, I don't know, but right now I'm live. So just by pressing the notify button that's actually under the streaming box, so again, very easily made, just one click, the system will deliver emails directly into the inboxes of my clients that mark me as a favorite, and I will have no issues. I don't know, the emails will not enter in the promotion section or others. It's going to be in the inbox, it's going to be bold right there. Now, how we've designed this system is to allow the broadcasters to actually send multiple notifications, how many they need. Maybe I'm going to sit here for 3 hours. In order for me to make money, I need to constantly remind people that, hey, I'm online. Maybe right now you're not available, but maybe in half an hour you're available. And maybe you forgot about me, but no worries, I will remind you. So I'm going to send multiple reminders, and more clients will actually enter on my room, and I can monetize on that. Yeah, that's it for the system. Now I want to speak just a little bit about the broadcaster affiliate system. What is it? It's kind of your own marketing tool for attracting other broadcasters. So in today's times, considering that everyone has a studio, that everyone markets and everyone needs broadcasters, high quality broadcasters, it's pretty hard to find them without a proper tool. That's why we've implemented the broadcaster affiliate, meaning that, for instance, me, a broadcaster that already is on your platform, can actually get more broadcasters onto your platform. This means that I'm your recruiting agent as well as your broadcaster. Now, what's in it for me as a broadcaster? I will receive a percentage from every broadcaster that I brought to your platform, and you receive practically more workforce, and you can, I don't know, manage other types of jobs that administrators do. But this part, actually, broadcasters can help fill in, so you can concentrate on other things.
So summarizing, it's about building relationships, and it's about free marketing tools that they are integrated in the platform. It doesn't matter if it's our platform or other company platform. It's about having the right tools so you can use them. Of course, that's not enough. For sure, when you're a businessman, you have to know that you need a global marketing strategy. And these tools that we are talking about that got to be a standard in the industry, they are just dots on your big plan. It won't happen by themselves for sure. It needs effort, and I'm not trying to push and put boundaries over there, but we have to realize that it's a real business, even if it's online, and even that if somebody really manages all the technical stuff. Like all businesses, it's about building trust. Because when you build trust, you build a community, you build people that don't just enter once on the platform and then go. They come back, and you build the relationships that I'm talking about, that at the end you get money for. So to build this trust, first of all, a platform must look and feel natural, and it has to be responsive. If it looks like in the 90s, like I've seen a lot of them on the internet, it won't send the trust that you want, and it won't even get your clients to make an account, maybe. Professional content and images, descriptions, it's another big point, because if you take your business seriously and this is done professional, like the content, the bio, the messages that you're sending, for sure it is going to really help your business. And another point that I think it's crucial, it's the online payments. And some of them can be very tricky. That's why there's a high rate of checkout, because the lack of trust. About this payment integration, we already integrate like the big players. Everybody knows about PayPal, CCBill, NetBilling, Verotel. That's usually for South America, as far as I know, and Epoch. When we do the initial deployment of the project, we first of all integrate one of these payment gateways, or if you have another preference, we can do that also. Just wanted to check with you which one is the one that you use and you trust the most. Maybe you can answer on the question that we are going to show you right now.
Yeah. So while you're responding to the poll, we wanted to present how you should successfully launch a good business into live streaming. So first of all, you're gonna need a good live streaming technology, and you need your live streams to be as clear as possible and as simple to use and as compatible as it can get. Of course, because you're building a business, you need to monetize, and therefore you need different ways to be able to monetize the live content, and also be able to monetize from additional parties or additional types of content you can produce. And the best way to monetize is when you build enough trust with your customers, and you make them feel like they belong there, and you build special relationships with them, only then can you monetize properly and have like a successful business out of this. So we feel that these are the three most important aspects that you need to have into view while starting a live streaming business.